Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
What is up, full-time family? The beginning of this video might be a little cringy for some people because I never do this and I don't plan on doing it in the future, but this is a mixed martial arts channel, so I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on this, man. So some of you guys who live in America, I'm assuming everybody probably knows, but maybe just those in America, you guys heard about another school shooting, like 10 people dead. I'm just fucking, bro, I don't talk about this stuff, but that is crazy. We're having all of these school shootings, and I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but one thing I've noticed, it's like every time there's a school shooting, we immediately have a big fight, you know what I'm saying, on social media, the left versus the right. Oh, you're taking our guns versus you don't need guns, save the kids. My thing is, bro, let's just get MMA in these schools, like, and that might be unreasonable, but just as a big fan of mixed martial arts, I just want to know, and maybe this is unreasonable, but what happened to you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day? I don't know what's going on with this shit, man, but I just feel like there's it's like the wild, wild west, right? There's way too much fucking shootings out here and way too little fighting. We've got legalized fight. You can literally do so many different ways to get your whatever it is out, whether it's boxing, whether it's MMA, whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's wrestling. There's all of these combat sports and shit, and I just feel like maybe we can somehow, I don't know, and maybe not, because that's so far away, right, to like actually start implementing. I don't know, maybe that's completely ridiculous, but just as somebody that watches MMA and I'm a fan of MMA, I'm just curious, like, is there any way we could use some sort of combat sports to alleviate this situation? And if not, can we just come to a common ground, have a debate? I believe one of the MMA managers on Twitter, he was talking, I don't want to say the wrong one, Ali Abdelaziz, there's a couple other ones, that's one of the main ones that sticks out. But there was an MMA manager, and I saw this in a tweet, and it was a good idea. Just throwing it out there. If you like it, take it. If you don't, send it right back. He was talking about metal detectors in schools. Like, maybe that should have to happen, not just in the hood. We all know some schools that have metal detectors, right? But all of them don't. I've been to schools that don't have metal detectors. Maybe those don't stop everything, but all I'm saying is, in this situation here, there was not only people shot, but they said there were like bombs on site, right? Like there was bombs somewhere in the premises. So my thing is, maybe we gotta have like metal detectors everywhere, because even if you do, like, and I'm just playing in the middle, right? Even if we do like ban AR-15s, and I wouldn't give a fuck about that. I don't got no goddamn AR-15 stocked up. That shit's expensive. That's white people shit. But either way, even if you did, what are you gonna do if a motherfucker gets a bomb or a pistol? Or I think there was, there's all if there motherfuckers are crazy out here, literally crazy. There's motherfuckers on all type of medicines and medications, and there's different drugs out here motherfuckers are on, and that's not even the kids, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I digress. There's no way I'm going to figure any of this shit out just talking to myself here. But I don't know, man. I'm sick of fucking, like, how many, I don't know, school shootings. That shit's crazy to me. We're going to, there's probably some people hitting their keyboard, all type of shit. Like, are you fucking offering MMA as a solution to gun violence? No, I'm actually not. If you're pissed off, I'm actually not. I'm just trying to think here, and I don't know. So with that being said, we're gonna get off of that topic. We're gonna talk about Darren versus Wonderboy Thompson, and of course, I'm also gonna use this video to play my Wonderboy remix, which is pretty dope. I've listened to that thing like 10 times since I made it, so expect after UFC Chile, you can expect to hear that song a lot. I'm probably gonna plug my Wonderboy remix at the end of every Darren Till versus Wonderboy Thompson video starting today. So with that being said, man, it is what it is. We got a great fight on our hands, not a fucking shootout, with Darren Till, actually low-key, like, it's a striking shootout, right? These guys are both going to be striking, kind of like a firefight, but not that kind of firefight. Either way, Darren Till is talking about his upcoming match, Barn Burner with Thompson. Holy flying, flipping flapjacks. I literally can't wait for this fight. You don't understand, like, I'm 50-50, bro. Like, my head's pulling me toward Wonderboy, my heart's pulling me toward Darren Till, but at the same time, my head's also going Darren Till and my heart's also going Wonderboy. I fuck with both of these fighters in my heart and in my head. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as experience is concerned, you gotta go Wonderboy Thompson. But if you're talking about Chris striking power, somebody that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson hasn't fought anybody like Darren Till, to be fair. A lot of people don't take that into consideration. So, I'm really low-key, I like, leading up to this point, I'm really leaning toward Wonderboy Thompson. But I think come predictions, I really think I might pick Darren Till to win this fight. And now, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is coming off of 2 fights with the champion Tyron Woodley, right? Those 2 losses. Since then, he beat Jorge Masvidal, of course. But with that being said, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson did get clipped up in that fight versus Tyron Woodley. But Stephen Wonderboy Thompson usually has success against strikers like Jorge Masvidal and others that, you know, they're not really able to figure out Stephen Thompson's range. They're not able to figure out the puzzle before they ended up losing a decision or getting knocked out by Wonderboy. But Darren Till, he's going to have a large size advantage that Jorge Masvidal didn't have, right? Jorge Masvidal used to fight at 155 pounds in the past. Yes, it was in the past. It's been a while. He's been fighting at 170. But Darren Till, I don't think he's ever made 155 as an adult mixed martial artist. He's a guy you talk about going up to 185, up to 205. You don't think about Darren Till going down to 155. So he's going to be a naturally bigger fighter for Stephen Thompson to face. It's not going to be like that Jorge Masvidal matchup that a lot of people are alluding to. Like, yeah, but Wonderboy Thompson was able to stifle Jorge Masvidal, his attack. So maybe, you know, it's going to be the same way with Darren Till. This is the thing. Darren Till's probably got more power than Jorge Masvidal. So as far as striking skill is concerned, he's probably up there. Jorge Masvidal's definitely got more of a boxing. If you're talking about just their striking, Jorge Masvidal throws some nice kicks too, but Darren Till's a Muay Thai fighter. He's throwing knees, kicks, strikes, all type of shit in there. So Darren Till's probably on par with Jorge Masvidal striking, but he's going to have more size, more power. And if you're talking about Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and see, I'm not even going to get into this. This is some fucking insider information that, you know, helps you make a pick, but at the same time, it kind of, I don't want to fucking, you know, ruin anybody's picture of Wonderboy Thompson in their head, but I'm already here and I can't leave you guys on this cliff. I just can't leave you hanging. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I went and did this in the past. Some of you guys have saw this, like, originally, and this is a good time to talk about what Darren Till's saying in this video. He's saying he thinks Stephen Thompson was forced to fight him, and so he's giving his prediction. And this is what Darren Till had to say. I think because Thompson didn't want to take this fight, he's been talking a bit more out of tame lately. Not bad, because, you know, he's not a shit talker. He's not a bad person. He's a nice guy. But just, I feel like he was forced into this fight and he didn't want to take it, but he's still coming, and he's coming to beat me on home turf, and we'll see. Now, Stephen Thompson has upped the ante a little bit since the fight was booked. Yeah, you know, this guy might be a little ahead of his time, talking a little trash. I might have to finish him. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's not being disrespectful, not being an asshole, not being out of character. He's just a little like, okay, the fight's here now. Now it's time to probably shut the gate on Darren Till. And that's even more than Wonderboy Thompson normally gives you. Normally, he's all respectful, leading up to the fight all the way. He's not even talking about, yeah, I might just have to, you know, put him out. He might be a little too green or whatever Wonderboy Thompson has been saying. And so Darren Till is saying that he thinks that Wonderboy Thompson might be a little aggravated that he was kind of forced into this Darren Till fight. And that's where I was just going with this. If you recall, at the beginning of this year, right, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson wasn't open to taking this fight. Well, it seemed like Wonderboy was, but his team, his dad specifically, wasn't. Dana White himself came out and said Wonderboy Thompson versus Darren Till, you know, coming up this year. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's team came out and said, whoa, 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 pump the brakes, Dana. And I just thought about this. This was Dana White that said that, right? So I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to get anybody else fired. But I'm just saying, Yair Rodriguez called fake news on Dana White. I'm just saying, these people, even if Dana White comes out and announces a fight, you better chill, bro. But Wonderboy Thompson's past the Yair fight, and they didn't come out and disrespect Dana White, calling him straight fake news, right? That seemed a little personal with the Yair Rodriguez situation. Dana White Yair posted fake news, and then Yair posted real news. So they didn't go about it that way. They didn't call fake news on Dana White. That was a little bit of a joke. But Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's dad did come out and say, hey, we haven't agreed to no Darren Till fight. We got a thumb injury over here, a couple thumb injuries we're nursing. So Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was injured at that point, so they couldn't fight Darren Till as soon as the UFC might have liked. And then you started to hear even more, I'm going to use air quotes, excuses from Wonderboy's team, because it was just reasoning for not being able to fight Darren Till. First, you know, and this was a fact, the thumb injury, we get it. And then also we had him coming out and saying, I want to fight up. You know, I've put in my work. This Darren Till guy, he's pretty new to the game. Not many people know who he is. He's the number 8 guy. I'm the ranked number 2 guy. I want to fight up and get back to the title shot. And then the UFC rankings update came out after Robbie Lawler lost, right? And Stephen Wonderboy Thompson became the number 1 contender. So now that argument's out the window. There's no more, I want to fight up, because you're number 1 in the rankings, and the only place to go from there is Tyron Woodley. You already fought him twice and didn't win. So now all Stephen Wonderboy Thompson can do is fight down. His thumbs are injured, and now who are you fighting? Darren Till. So with that being said, there was a little reluctance on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's part to accept this fight, his team's part to accept this fight. And with that being said, I had to actually like look into it, right? I was like, yo, how is it? Because we all wanted to see the fight. We were hyped. Yo, Till versus Wonderboy, let's go! Great fight, still hyped, still gonna be an amazing fight. But Wonderboy Thompson's team was kind of like, nah, not Till. So that's when I looked into it. Fucking edgy bra. Somebody fucking posted a fucking comment, and they was like, I was telling you guys how my car got broken into today, right? And I said that I think it might have been an inside job because they had to know how to like fucking open my door handles because they're so raggedy and my door handles are broken off. And someone said, yeah, it was probably a neighbor, but I said the word, I think it was an inside job, talking about, I think one of my neighbors broke into my car and someone was like, edgy brah, look into it. That shit was hilarious. That's what that reminded me of. But so I had to look into Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's actual record, right? And I came out with these facts. Whenever Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fought Johnny Hendricks, I believe it was like right past USADA, so you know, a little maybe an asterisk. I just started looking at Wonderboy's wins coming up to him fighting for the title, and one of the other things I found was not only did he fight Johnny Hendricks post USADA, but he also fought whenever Stephen Wonderboy Thompson became the number 2 ranked contender. It might even have been against Johnny Hendricks. One of the guys that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fought was literally ranked number 2, and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was ranked number 7. So they gave Wonderboy the opportunity that he was kind of denying Darren Till. It was like, what if that number 2 ranked guy told Wonderboy, sorry, I only want to fight up? Then Wonderboy wouldn't have got to fight him, and Wonderboy won and ended up fighting for the title later. But now this is the exact same opportunity reversed. Wonderboy's now number 2, and you got number 8 Darren Till saying, hey, I want that fight. Even the fans want that fight. But Wonderboy was saying, yeah, but you know, I want to fight up. So now the fight's booked, and Wonderboy's just having to give someone the same opportunity he was given. But I will say, whenever I looked into Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's wins, if you wanted to, and you could say this with some people, I mean, some people said this about Conor McGregor coming up, there you could put an asterisk next to 1 or 2 of the wins. With Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, maybe 3 or 4. Conor McGregor, people really just talk about like Dennis Seaver. Like you remember, some of you might have seen that hilarious Joey Diaz rant. He's like, Frankie Edgar was fucking waiting, and they give him Dennis Seaver. Yo, one of the greatest Joey Diaz rants ever. Fucking Frankie Edgar, he's fucking, and fucking Dennis Seaver, let's fucking throw him Dennis Seaver, talking about Conor McGregor. Funny shit, bro. But with that being said, man, so now Darren Till's giving his prediction of the fight. He went on to say that he thinks he's going to finish Wonderboy Thompson in the 2nd round. And he said Wonderboy Thompson can tell himself all he wants. I'm more experienced. I got the good style matchup. You know, he's too green. But that's not going to stop me from going in there and doing what I want to do. And I think I'm going to go in there and get the finish in the 1st. And if not the 1st, a 2nd round finish. So this, I can't wait for this fight. With all of this being said in the video, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sorry about the political talk. I never do that. With that being said, I'm going to end this video on what I think is a high note. The Stephen Wonderboy Thompson remix, Tenacious D remix, the Darren Till remix. So check this out. I wrote it and I sang it. I can't just say I wrote it because I had to hit some notes and some yeah. You guys, I had to record that like 8 times, like trying to get the yeah, like to get that right. I was fucking it up. Okay, anyways, without further ado, here's the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson remix. Actually, it's there's an actual song by Tenacious D, and Wonderboy walks out to it. It's called Wonderboy. So if you've never heard that song, check it out, Tenacious D, Wonderboy. And that's the song I remixed. I just did a cover for the Darren Till fight coming up. So you'll probably hear a lot of that this week if you fuck with the channel. Yeah! Yeah! Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. Here comes Wonderboy to Liverpool so proudly. He's got to shut Till up cause he done called him out. See, nothing much to say when you know you're gonna fuck Till up. Yeah, yeah, Wonderboy. Your karate's too much for his power. Wonderboy, won't you please go and save the day and go fuck Till up? Now it's time for me to tell you the story about a young cocky man, arch rival and nemesis of Wonderboy, with powers comparable to Wonderboy. What powers, you ask? How about the powers of Muay Thai? That do anything for you? That's devastation, Holmes. How about the power to speak 3 languages, fluently at that, with no fake accent? That's Rosetta Stone, Kyle. How about the power to KO you? And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.